So for me, it was like I had to learn how to control, whether do I use my words or do I use my hands? And so that's where, like I said, the trials and tribulations came along. So, okay.
How many lessons did your hands teach people?
Man, I don't know, Desi, but
how many lessons you hand out?
I was told, man, these hands are a little deadly sometimes. But,
are they registered?
Oh man, we ain't gonna get into that, folks. But Dad's gonna get me in trouble here. Now, watch out. But
all right.
Nah, but it was. I had my moments.
What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Garage Talks 5417 podcast. I am your host, Desmond Reynolds, aka the Peacekeeper. We have a great guest, as we do every week. This person right here, former military, good friend of mine, ball player, family man, husband, father, doing this thing. So I'm so excited to finally have this guy on here. My guy, Chris Massey, or what else he go by, CJ.
Appreciate you having me, man. Thank you, Desi.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
CJ from San Andreas. How we doing, man? Oh, I'm gonna have you pull that mic up, Phil.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, first time on this. Yeah. Yeah. So no, I'm doing good. Doing good.
You good?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's Friday, rainy.
Yeah. Oh man, change of weather is always crazy, but we live in Oregon, so that's what it comes with.
Yeah, I was like, dang, I was walking out in the parking lot from the gym and it was just pouring.
Man, I got there, it was sunny, and I walked back. I'm like, man, it's warm and it's raining. I'm like, oh, what is this? But like I said, it's Oregon. You get a little bit of everything every 5-10 minutes, but you go back inside, wait a little bit, you all good.
Right, so, exactly. Get a little bit of every season.
You already know.
What's your favorite season?
Oh, I'm definitely a summertime guy, man. That's me. I like the heat. I like my hot weather. Shorts, sneakers come out the closet. How I go. The fresh cutting lineups always something you can always take pride in. I get excited for that. But it's cool though, because my girl and my daughter got summertime birthdays. My mom, her mom. So it's a loaded summer for us. So we enjoy it a lot.
Summertime birthdays, those are the best, man. Because mine's in December. It's cool, but my best birthday, man. I mean, I love being with my family, but my best birthday is when I went to Mexico. I said, what? I said, it's nice in December somewhere.
Yeah, see, I didn't get that. I'm a Thanksgiving kid, so November time. So it's always been hard for me to have like parties and birthdays coming up as a kid around that time. Then we try to do after. It's like, oh man, Christmas is coming up. So everybody either gone on vacation or they just really locked in with families. And, that's expected. It's kind of inevitable, but I try to make something out of it. I've been fortunate enough to, have some good birthdays still, with some close family friends. Right. My girl does a good job of really taking the time and effort to make something good for me, even when I'm trying to be like, it's cool. Don't worry about it, baby. And
I can hear you saying that too. I can hear you
saying
that.
Hey,
don't worry
she knows
about
what she's doing.
What was I going to say? Did you have more birthday presents or Christmas presents growing up?
It was a little bit of both, it was mix and match. It would like alternate between one and the other. Growing up, it wasn't really about the number of presents or gifts that I got. It was more of what was more meaningful. Was it more meaningful for me to have, a bunch of action figures and Legos as a kid, or for me to get something like a pair of sneakers and a basketball and a brand new hoop, something I could put to good use? So I was more hesitant to be like, oh, I don't want this. But if I got something that, like I said, was meaningful, I was all about it.
Chris, Xbox games weren't meaningful? Because I love me some Xbox games.
I'm a PlayStation guy. I ain't gonna lie to you, so I don't got no hate for you Xbox players out there, but I'm a PlayStation guy, so through and through. But that's just what I came up with. So I definitely love my time when I get to game. A lot of people don't know I'm a big time nerd. So
let's have you pull Mike a little bit closer to it just to get you. We gotta have you sound just the grown and sexy real quick. So when your wife listens.
No, I'm a big time nerd, man. So I like different types of games when I can. So it's actually a good little escape from reality, a good stress reliever. Sometimes it's good, to just be on the mic with your guys, your squad, and just kind of have that camaraderie going. It could either be chaotic or it could be hilarious. I feel like there's no in between. So
it's one way or the other. Pendulum.
Oh, absolutely.
What kind of games y'all be playing? What's your preference?
Well, being that I'm a basketball player and growing up playing basketball, 2K has always been something in my bag. But I played a lot of those shooter games, zombies, Resident Evil. monsters. And I've always been, like I said, like the closeted nerd about stuff like that. But that's my vice. I enjoy that. I know my son enjoys watching next to me and take turns passing the controller.
Mhm.
So, but no, that's definitely, like I said, like my escape from reality.
Is a parent now, are you instilling some of those things as you were growing up? So pretty much quality,
Man,
presence, all that.
everything. You always want to look back and be like, these are the things I had. These are things I didn't get. So you're always going to take from more the negatives, unfortunately, but you're going to want to turn that into a positive. You're going to be like, okay, I didn't get this as a kid. I didn't get those moments or those type of memories. So now you do everything within your power to really just be like, okay, I got to provide that and make sure that my kids get that. So I take a lot of pride in make sure, and especially my son, I love him to death. That's a little miniature me out there.
Is he?
Oh man,
Is he?
to the T. So I got to make sure he, everything he does, he treats it with love and passion, especially on the basketball scene. That's his favorite thing in the world. Off the basketball court, he's just like me, gamer, little nerd.
Nice.
We both enjoy learning how to cook different meals together, recipes. We're very
How
big
old
on
is
that.
he, see?
Oh, he's 10.
Is
He's
he
10?
10?
Yeah, he's 10 now.
So how old was he when you had, or how old were you when you had him?
So 2016, he was born in February. So I was 23 pushing 24 that year.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Were you guys expecting him, trying for him, or was it kind of snuck up on you?
Man, it was definitely like, yeah, we wanted this. At the time, I also knew because I felt like I was fresh out the military. My finances were good. I had a good head on my shoulders that, if this is going to happen, I've got this taken care of. I can, provide financially, and be there physically and do all the things. And
you military brothers be ready to have some babies too.
Man, it's a crazy stigma, and it is so true. But you know what? A lot of us come from different backgrounds and different areas of the world that we're like, what? We just want something good. We want that good side of life, the quality of life. That's what we look for. So that's definitely part of it. We become family oriented even more, believe it or not, when you're in the service, because you get so used to having that camaraderie of your sisters, your brothers in arms, the different people you meet. So, like I said, you become more family oriented, and it kind of translates into civilian life. So that definitely was kind of how I went about it. I was like, yeah, what? I'm definitely ready for this. And man, was I excited. I was like, if I have a boy, I'm cool. Especially as my firstborn, and God blessed me with that. So I was amped. I was so excited. So
it's so cool. One thing I appreciate with you, because we reconnected, I feel, more recently, like seeing each other more in person.
Yes.
And what I always loved is just your demeanor, man. You got such a cool demeanor, on time, good communication, respectful. And it's brothers that been through the military, which thank you for your services.
Absolutely.
And athletes. And I say teachers too, but athletes, those are the two I noticed. And I forgot you was in the military. So when we was linking up again, I was like, oh, that's right. I said, I love that.
And I appreciate that praise, but it's funny because like I try to do my best with trying to maintain that side of me still. You always hear them say, whether it's the movies or TV, you can take the man out the service, but you can't take the service out of him.
Gotcha.
And that is so real. Gotcha. I mean, I find myself still, having certain habits. I'm constantly aware of my surroundings, checking my shoulder, just be like, hey, this crowd okay? We good. Make sure my people are safe, make sure we're not in harm's way. I try to be as punctual as I possibly can. Communication, I try my best. It's just those things stay with you for a lifetime. And that's something that I'm sure every service member can really take a lot of pride in.
Got you. It's key. It's key. And I'm sure
absolutely.
I just think, because I look at civilian life and just talking to former military or current military, and I always ask them, they're like, people just lack the discipline. They don't got the discipline.
Service. Yes and no. I mean, a lot of it is so trained. I mean, that's the whole point of basic training / boot camp. They learn to break down your mental, to rebuild it and program it a certain way. So you learn to make it like it's just engraved in you until your dying breath, really. Discipline, is always something that can be taught, and it just depends, like, are you willing to take that time to be, coachable and trained and to learn from it? Now, that's where the discipline factor really comes in. If you can do those three things, then you're good. You're golden.
Did that help you a lot just from your military experience when you started coaching and
absolutely, 100%. Because before going into the military, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, Des. I was a party kid. I like to have my fun, but I just wasn't making the best or the smartest of decisions. So luckily, I was guided and influenced by a former coach of mine who was also prior military himself, and that was the best decision I ever made because I needed that turnaround from partying too much and getting into trouble, hanging with the wrong crowds.
What you see? You was getting out there like that?
Oh man, it's a sad, unfortunate truth, Des. But I can't lie about it because it is what it is. That's what it was. And looking back at it, I'm just like, okay, you know what? How can I be better than this? And that's really what it was. Day in, day out when I was in the service, it was like, okay, man, I can't believe I was doing this. And then hearing all the stories, and I'm like, oh man, okay. So once I got past that little phase, it was like, all right, good. Now I know kind of just don't come this way, don't go that way, steer clear of this path. If it seems dark and eerie and it's not going to do anything positive, don't give it no time of day.
Don't even feed it.
No. And so that's exactly what I did. And so that's kind of how I try to live my life even now. So going back to piggyback off the conversation of instilling things into my kids, that's something I really try to do, both with my son and even my upcoming 2-year-old daughter. So those are things I really, just like I said, take a lot of pride in. And it's something that I know I can hold dear to my heart from now until the end of time.
Absolute. And one thing I say is experience is life's best teacher. And
yeah,
for your son coming up,
that ain't the truth,
man. Because like talking a testament to my dad and my mom's, they said, "Look, bro, we've been there, done everything you did. So at least you got
some.
You and some, huh? We just didn't have technology.
Man, it's a different age.
But you get to be like that with your son. Like, look, son, I've been there, done that, man.
Yeah.
So
especially,
trust me on that.
With him having such an age gap between him and my daughter, I spend more time having those moments with him, obviously, just because him being 10. Now, I got to be careful too, because I still have my moments. We're only humans. So I have my moments where I'm like, oh, let me take a step back. Hold on. Let me come right back to it. And kind of like just regroup my thoughts and then be like, okay, now we can further the conversation and just really just let it all out. But we try to do it in a healthy way. And that's the biggest thing is, you can talk about things, but the biggest thing that we try to tell him is there's a way to go about it. So, do you want it to be perceived one way or the other? You got that choice. Now, I understand you can't quite control the outcome of people's, reactions. You can kind of predict it, but you can't always pinpoint it to be like, oh, it's going to be like this every time. So that's also why we always try to stress the whole factor of, hey, make sure you bring it about a certain way and you're careful with your words and your facial expressions, your hand gestures, mannerisms, everything. So
that is key. It is really key. I mean, I wanted to get on to because I don't have kids, but one thing my dad always gave me breathing room. This is the best way I can just relate to current.
Breathing room is a great thing because it's like you can feel overwhelmed. And I get it. Like there are times where people want to comfort you, but then you feel like you're just kind of suffocating. You're feeling a little bit trapped and enclosed into like a smaller space. And you feel that box kind of just coming in on you. So having breathing room really makes a big difference because then it's like, okay, I can just not focus on everybody around me. I can focus on myself. I can clear out my mind, get my mental straight again. And then we can kind of come back together and then have whatever that conversation may be. I know for me growing up, I was one of those kids that was kind of angry. I moved around quite a bit. I was one of those kids that just never was really in one place long enough to be like, oh yeah, this is my best friend from like the 3rd grade, or I didn't have those moments. I moved around so much that I had the ups and downs. I had my trials and tribulations of, being bullied and getting called every name in the book, especially being in places that were predominantly Caucasian. I got called every name that you could possibly imagine, to the point where I was like, oh man, this is it. This is not it. So I became so angry that, I had to figure something out. So, like I said, breathing room really made all the difference.
Is that what did you said you had to figure something out? Like what did you have to figure out? Was it the breathing room? Was it
just how to regulate, really? I mean, because I couldn't figure out the breathing room at first. I was like, what does that mean? Like when you're 9 years old, 10 years old, you don't know really anything about truly how to regulate emotions and how to explain them to people, because you're still learning the world.
You got all the emotions going, sis.
Yeah, exactly.
We're learning testosterone growing up as boys. Like we learning.
Yeah, so for me, it was like I had to learn how to control, whether do I use my words or do I use my hands? And so that's where, like I said, the trials and tribulations came along. It's like, okay.
How many lessons did your hands teach people?
Man, I don't know, Desi, but
how many lessons did you hand out?
I was told, man, these hands are a little deadly sometimes. But,
are they registered?
Oh man, we ain't gonna get into that, folks. But Dad's gonna get me in trouble here now. Watch out. But nah, but it was I had my moments, the backyard tussles, the playground fights at school during lunch or stuff like that, the typical stuff. I had those, but again, it was to the point where I had to figure out how to, be better than that. So therapy was a big thing, or having a counselor. Sports was what really saved me, and that's actually where my love for basketball came in. I had family members who were playing. I remember seeing them play on the playground. I watched a family member of mine dunk the ball for the first time. I was like, damn, that looks cool. I want to try that. The minute that whole scene played in my head over and over, it was like I forgot about the rest of the world. I forgot that my problems ever existed.
So you found an outlet.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was honestly one of the best outlets I could think of.
I remember meeting you, gosh, back. What, middle school were we? You guys moved off of Willa Kinsey?
Yeah, summer of 08, actually. Yeah, was it Willa Kinsey Park? I remember. I was like, man, I see a hoop back there. I'm gonna go back there, and here I am, this kid who's just the new kid on the block from up in Olympia, Washington.
You're from Olympia? So
that's where I moved here from. Originally, I was actually born and raised in Southwest Anchorage, Alaska. So yeah, I'm from the snow. So the PNW has always been my stomping grounds. But no, I remember that summer of 08 is when I met you, and I was like, man.
You guys had that house right on Willa Kinsey on the street, the White House.
Right by that. Actually, we was right next to it. There's a little alleyway, and it's like 3 houses. We was that last one on the end. So I remember I would just kind of either hop the fence or walk around, and then just go right there to the park. And I remember thinking to myself, I was like, man, if I move to Oregon, it's not going to be like home, because I was like, man, I was told they don't got no color out here. And I was like, man, I was a little devastated. I was like, okay, but you got to make the best of everything you do and everywhere you go. Fortunately, I was lucky enough to come across you, and I was like, okay, that gives me a little faith. You got somebody out here. And so, of course, from there, I remember even till this day, I still talk about that. People ask, how you know Dez? How'd you meet him? I'm like, man, it's how many years ago? You think about it, 18 years?
Man, it was some time. Oh. But yeah, I remember y'all moved over there.
Yep.
You and your sister, then your mom. And yeah, I remember that. That's wild. Cause I think, what year did you graduate?
So I graduated in 10, but I walked in 11 just because I had like a lot of the earlier classes that I took. So I had the credits. So technically it would be class of 11, really, because that's when I walked.
Because I transferred, I left Sheldon and went to Springfield.
I remember
so I know I kind of lost touch with a lot of people there.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that, and then that's also when I came across your cousin Tyler. So
shout out T-Ren.
Shout out T-Ren. Yeah, that's the boy right there.
That's the guy. What do you notice with when you were coaching at North Eugene?
Yes, sir.
What do you notice with kids of today that they might be missing compared to when we were growing up?
In terms of basketball, or I mean, it's kind of a broad question, because I mean, there's so many things that could
I would say just in life on the topic of discipline, because I was helping at Springfield High.
So in terms of discipline, it's totally just day and night, and I don't like saying it that way, but that's really what it comes down to, because, we obviously everybody grows up different. That's how generations work.
Absolutely.
But with this generation, the one thing I've noticed is a lot of kids, it's a little more senseless. They kind of just go on the whim, like, I'm gonna just do it just because. Us, we had reasons. We looked for a reason. We had to make sure we had a reason to do things. So if it was coaching, it was okay, well, all right, we're gonna run this play right here. I want you to do this. Hey, set this screen or come off this pick, make this backdoor cut or pop out or curl, something. They're gonna be like, okay. For us, it was okay, got it, coach. Now it's like there's questions.
Why?
It's why. Oh, but what if I do this? They look for a loophole. And that's the one that gets me, is the loophole.
Does it?
Oh, man. I mean, think about it. When you see today's basketball, what is the one thing you see? Everybody wants to do the isolation basketball, or they want to do a step back into a jumper from the three.
See, I don't give me
see. Look, folks, I already got them. Look at that.
I just don't. It just don't. When people go, 3's more than 2. I'm like, yeah, but 2's a higher percentage shot.
And see, that's the thing. Like, so me, like, growing up, I was always in the 6 feet and under club. I wasn't blessed with a lot of height. I was a late bloomer in terms of that. So I had to figure out how to find where I belong on the basketball court. So yeah, I had to learn to become a 3-level scorer. I had to finish at the rim. I had to figure out how to get to the mid range. Can I shoot from outside when necessary without forcing it? So I had to figure out all those different things. Now, like I said, all the loopholes, kids are like, oh, but if it works, I'm just going to do it anyways. So that's the one take that I got when it comes to coaching.
Was it a lot of challenging the coach?
As far as being challenged as a coach?
As in, were your requests being challenged a lot by the players?
Yes and no. Pushback. It's more of in the moment, because it's like, okay, I get it. Your mind's running. It's loud. Your ears can be ringing a little bit. You're trying to focus on so many different, aspects of the game, and there's different perspectives coming in. And then on top of that, you got a lot of visual influence. Like I said, you're going to see, a lot of these great players we got today, Steph Curry for the phenomenal shooting ability he's got. James Harden with the handles into a step back, or Kyrie having such a deep bag of handles and tricks up his sleeve. And even us growing up, we want to imitate a lot of that stuff that we saw. But where we stood out was we would take bits and pieces and then add our own twist to it. Now, this doesn't apply to everybody, but a lot of kids will take what they see and they want to make it like, I got to do every single thing I see. And so it's like everybody's almost got the same bag and nobody really stands out. That's the difference that I see. So whether it's pickup ball or league or coaching or even just highlights from high school, college to the pros, that's how much it is, it has changed. That's the big difference.
Wow. I think I was watching, I saw a kid, it was a middle school kid. He was trying to draw a foul and he was doing just like the NBA players, throwing his head back. Whipped it.
Yeah, I know that highlight. I see that, and it's like, man, a lot of the selling the act is what I call it. There are times where it's like, okay, it's a perspective thing. Mm-hmm. So some refs might fall for it, but no, that's what I saw, or they be like, nah, I'm not buying it. It's one or the other. There's no gray areas in that.
It just blew my mind. See, because in my day, it's just you went up for it. If you got hit, you got hit.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think it's such a line, because obviously free throw shooting right now is a hot topic in the NBA with like Shea and all them. But yeah. I think if you do a Kobe pump fake, you get them off their feet. Don't even go for the foul. Just let them pass by. Or if you're
right up and under.
Exactly. Just look for the bucket, where now it's.
See, and that's so where you're going with that. It's just a matter of, do we complicate it or do we keep it simple? Like you said, just go for the simple bucket. I can't stress this enough, because that's what I try to apply with the way I coach. there's no need to do all the extra, up and unders or the between the leg dribbles. It's like, okay, if you got him beat, just go. Why pull it back just to do it again? At this point, you're not searching for a bucket. You're searching for a highlight reel. Okay, cool. Shoot. You might get a highlight reel, but did you complete the play? Did you actually get the bucket? Did you help your team get a W at the end of the day to put in the books? If the answer is no, then what was the point? What was the purpose?
Damn. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Do kids still like to play defense?
Yes, but the thing is, they see what they see, and it becomes monkey see, monkey do. So of course they're gonna see all this right here. So when they play defense, they want to do a lot of this. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I kind of like it. However, there's levels to it. There is a limit to how much you should do. So it's like, okay, if you're doing it just to be disrespectful and prove a point because you want to talk your trash, then maybe this isn't the right thing for you to be doing right now. So you're going to either take a seat on the bench and think about it, or you can minimalize how much you're doing it and just play the game.
See, I used to love playing defense. Cutting. I
still love it. Man, there's a screen coming. Hey, you tell me what side's on, I'm stepping over.
Yeah, I'm stepping through. I'm fighting through.
I like to, get up in somebody's business and really, make them have to work for it. And the thing was, our generation, even before that, we got a thrill out of that. That was the thing. Now people's like, oh, I just want to hurry up and get it over with. I'm like, well, that's part of the game. You gotta play both sides. So if you're not playing both sides, then it's like, are you really a complete player? Or are you just kind of, I hate to say it, but are you kind of half-assing it?
Is that kind of where, going back to, everyone kind of got the same bag because everyone's trying to do the same thing? Just put the buck. Man,
unfortunately,
craziness. It's wild. I think because you still play ball, right?
Oh yeah. When I can, you're an age, but you're feeling it now.
But, you moving, man. You moving. You good.
I'm trying. I get a lot of lip from my girl in a playful way, though. She, it comes from a place of loving care.
Right.
And it's always just make sure you're not hurting yourself and you have fun. Make it a good time. And so even now when I play, it's like I see everything because a city league, man, it's everything and everyone.
So see, actually real quick with the high school ball, I give props to, because we had Thurston's head coach on, Blaine. Shout out Blaine, man. Blaine, he runs a tight ship.
Yeah, he is a phenomenal coach. I give him a lot of praise. I see how he's run that program, and I mean, there's a reason they got that reputation over there.
Man,
basketball, man, they are a tough squad,
bruh. And so I look at that, and I know it's such a testimony to the program. I just say the program, from top to bottom. Because when I was talking with him, see, from top to bottom, everyone said, yo, he's the coach, he's the leader, he's handling it. Now, he's cool as hell, so he was like, look, I don't even look at myself like that. And I like what you said. He said, I keep it simple. And then you said that, or you said that I keep it simple.
But see, that's like I said, that's just my respect for him too. But there's a reason behind that, because if he and I were to overcomplicate it and make it extra, let's be real, would we have the same results?
Man.
Think about that, because if it works, then that means we're doing something right. So one thing I learned from a coach who I didn't quite get along with when I was coming up was, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That part.
It took me the longest time to truly comprehend that, because I'm like, what do you mean by that? Because I had never heard that before. So hearing that, it made all the sense as I continue to get older, and now I apply that same rule to how I coach. There's no need to do all the extras.
I like what you just said there, because I think of Greg Popovich.
Man, that's another phenomenal coach right there. I can't say I'm on that level because I'm not, but man, that's an inspiration right there. How they set that tone.
Take the premise of, I think of Spurs basketball 2010 and below. All right, cool. It was kind of boring, but they got the job done. They won.
But see,
but real quick, but then that 2014 championship, look at that ball movement. Look at how they were passing around and going crazy.
But if you also look at it too, so that 2014 run that they had, phenomenal run, fantastic ball movement. But again, that Coach Pop, man, he has instilled that system for so long.
And that's what I mean. The culture is there.
But it's been that same culture. That's the thing.
That's what I'm saying.
So coming from when he first stepped in, up until that point, I mean, it was still the same style of basketball. So now when you think Spurs basketball or any type of team who's got good chemistry, you look, okay, who's their coach? Okay, well, he's been there for some years. That's probably why. So you have to respect the tone that they set because it does the job. It gets it done.
Right. And that's what I mean. You get that culture.
Yeah.
Back to simple. You set the culture, you set the tone.
Right.
Cool. We can make a little adjustments here and there. We figure that out.
But see, and that's the thing. As a coach, you're going to have to make the adjustments. Because again, if you play against a team that's like, okay, they like to shoot. Okay, well, what kind of defense are they running? Oh, they're doing this. How do we adjust? And that's something that you got to think about, adapt and overcome. So, and that's how you get the edge over other coaches and other teams. So if you're able to do those things, then chances are 9 times out of 10, you're getting that W.
You're going to be all right.
Yeah.
Is that what your city league team do? How y'all hoop? How y'all be hooping? Why you breathe like that?
I can't say that because City League, one thing I've learned here is like I've had my shares of ups and downs. You can't win them all. And I've accepted that. That's basketball. That's life. I've bounced around from so many different teams, trying to feel like I belong somewhere and see where I really fit in. And I've had moments where it's been good. I've had moments where it's not so good. So I'm at the point now where it's like, okay, I'm just playing just for the fun and for the cardio now. Keep a hold on the game I love so much. That way, when my kids are getting older, I can still be physically fit enough to, run with them if possible. I kind of want to have that LeBron and kids moment. I think that'd be kind of fun. So hopefully I can make that happen.
What's up with, because I see you're always in Basketball United, the Facebook.
Yeah, I'll be in there sometimes, but I try not to be in it too much.
How come? Like, what is it? I'm in it. I ain't hooped, dude. I haven't hooped in so long, man.
So, I mean, okay. So the purpose of that whole page was to let people know, like, hey, this is where all the runs are at. Everywhere that I've lived outside of Oregon has always had runs everywhere. You can find an indoor gym somewhere almost every 5 minutes of the day. Here, it's a little bit limited, and I get it. Different demographic, I understand it. So, an old friend of mine, was smart enough to make that page and to build that for the Facebook community for everybody out here in Lane County, and it's done some wonders. It really has. You get a lot of pickup runs, whether it's outdoor ball or indoors. Now, why I stay away from it as much as possible is because a lot of it tends to be outdoor basketball. Now, I'm not knocking anybody that likes to play outdoor, pick up basketball on the blacktop because we came up doing that.
Absolutely. However,
for me, it's like a lot of times, is it worth it? A lot of times people are getting hurt more often, or there's just unnecessary fighting, arguing, and drama going on. I'm just like, I'd rather just stay away from it. Indoors, I'm good. And don't get me wrong, you're going to get those moments too, but it's a lot less. I take my chances just sticking to that side of things when it comes to the whole basketball scene.
Who's your favorite type of player to play with, and who's your least favorite type of player to play with?
Man, I've played with different calibers of players, man. There's so many different names I could put out there.
Well, type of players. So, like for me, for example, I like playing with hustle players that play defense. I love those type. Like, look, I'm gonna play defense. Get some rebounds.
I love high energy, but I love guys who know how to control their pace. Okay. So me coming up as a point guard my whole life, I've had to learn how to change my paces and be in control because, speed kills. But here's the thing. It'll kill you on the court too, because what if you get out of control and now you got turnovers, you're missing shots because you're not under control. So, controlling the pace really just makes all the difference.
Man.
So if I can find players who know how to control their pace and their body composition and just their entire composure, really, if they can maintain that, those are my type of guys. And don't get me wrong, I love the guys with the high energy on defense. I love the defensive tenacity who can turn it into a good transition. But I think patience and control really overpowers those things in terms of what to look for, because then it's like, okay, now you've got both ends of the court covered.
You're right.
So
right.
I would say that would be my favorite type of player to play with. Now, the ones I don't like to play with, or play, the ones I hate to play against.
Ooh, let's hear this one. Ooh, let me hear this.
So it's hard for me to answer that with like just a direct answer. So I'm gonna go into a little bit of detail.
For sure.
I get guys who really think they know something, and so it's like they want to prove a point. I'm like, okay, cool. Now me, I take that as a challenge. So if you're gonna be a little more hands on the defensive end, you want to poke and push a little bit, get a little bumps. Personally, I love that. I live for it. My thing though is, if I dish it back, can you take it?
Oh, good question.
So that's the one. So that's where I'm going. But also the ones I don't like to play with also, now if it's on my own team, I can't do too many ball-centric players, because then it's like there's no motion, there's no chemistry, no camaraderie. It takes away from the game a lot more than people think. So coming up, I've learned to become such a pass first, Chris Paul type of point guard, create for everybody, and yourself included. I tell everybody's got to score, everybody's got to shoot, but at the same time, we all got to do the same things on the other side. You got to be able to know how to read the pick, read the play that's coming, read the passing lanes, communicate.
Talk to me.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing. That's my biggest pet peeve, is no communications. Because if I get hit with a screen, and this is my thing, a lot of people knows about me, I absolutely just despise getting hit with screens due to lack of communication. Now, if there's one there and it's a bigger guy that I'm having a harder time getting around, I can accept that. There's always a bigger fish out there. But the lack of communication is what kills it for me.
Yeah. Well, communication is key, right?
Absolutely.
I love it's so funny at work. They used to be like, Des, you communicate so much. Dude, I get it from basketball.
Is there really a thing as communicating too much? I mean, maybe I'd say there's such thing as talking too much, but I don't think there's a way to communicate too much, because not everybody receives things and comprehends things the same way.
Exactly.
So you're constantly trying to find like that middle ground to like, okay, how did this person take it? Can this person take that? Can that person take this?
Right.
So you're always trying to find like a common area for everybody to meet in the middle, so that you can all be on the same page.
Yeah.
And that's how teamwork and chemistry is. That's really what it is.
Well, that's why they say athletes do so good, or former athletes do so good in the workspace. Because they just get the team aspect of it. They get the communication.
Oh, I agree.
Because I love it in basketball. You're right. Chris, I'm coming your way. Okay, come through. Come on. Let me pull you through. Come on, Chris. No, Des, you stick.
Yeah, and even if it's the most minimal like conversation, like it's like, okay, hey, like I tell people, hey, I know where he's going to be. I know where he's going to go. I know when he's going to want to set that screen. I know when he wants to roll, or what type of pass he wants.
Right.
Like if I tell you those, there's a reason behind it. It's not because I'm trying to be a know-it-all. But that's the problem, where I think people talk about over communicating, because they think you're trying to be the know-it-all guy. And you don't want that image, to come back to you. I understand that. But it's like, do you want to get killed off lack of communication, or do you want to have the edge and the upper hand because you talked it out?
But see, if that dude on your team is saying that to you, but he got scored on 4 times, I'm sorry, but you need to hear me out real quick. You got scored on 4 times.
Oh man, believe me.
Come on.
I'm as nice as it comes. I'm a very easygoing guy. I feel like I'm pretty easy to communicate with, but there are times where I get into that whole Mamba mentality, like everybody idolizes so much. Like if you're not doing your job, I gotta hold you accountable. Now, here's the thing. If it's me, by all means necessary, let me know. Like, hey, Siege, you're not doing something. Like, you got to pick up the pace. Like, come on, man. Or let's switch. Let's figure something out. I'm okay with that. Like I said, we're all human. So it's just a matter of, like I said earlier, adapt and overcome.
That part exactly. And I love what you said. I mean, earlier, if you're going to nudge me, push me, foul me, I just hope it could go on the other end too. Yeah. It's true, because you get those. To jump in with you, those untouchable players. I get so annoyed of. Oh, don't touch me. Don't do this. Oh, you fouled me too hard. Bruh, come on, bruh. On the other end, you're doing the same energy, man.
It's a contact sport. If you can't take low contact, it might not be a sport for you, man. That's just how I look at it. I mean, I grew up playing other sports before basketball, so I learned to handle contact. Growing up in Alaska, believe it or not, my first sport I had to learn to play was hockey. That's a contact sport. And then, of course, it went into football. That's a contact sport, except you're getting hit without skates on ice. And I felt like that was harder. So I had to learn how to translate that to basketball with taking contact and giving it.
CJ, exactly. Where's some of your favorite places to play when you play pickup ball?
Locally or just in general?
Locally. Where's some of your favorite courts? I mean, I know it's not many, but
just because it's such a memorable place for me and just holds a lot of value in my life and just has a place in my heart forever. Bob Kiefer Center has always been a good place for me. I've met so many good people out there. I never really did the whole outdoor place, but the Washington Jefferson Bridge was cool for quite some time. It's because, again, meeting people, different styles of play. And then that new court that we got that's a little more recent, Incline. Shout outs to Incline and their group, man. They just got such a solid foundation over there.
Dude, I haven't been.
Oh, yeah. Man, if you ever get the chance, I would say take the chance, go check it out.
They run pickup out there?
Oh, yeah. And it's not just some like normal pickup ball. I'm talking, you got guys who've played at the collegiate level, some former pro players. Sometimes you got people visiting home from the end of their season just to come drop on in and get a run in.
Nice.
So you get levels of different play styles. And that's the beauty of it. But yeah, I'd say Bob Kiefer's probably my spot.
Yeah. Bob Kiefer was good. That's where I broke my leg though. So I'm like,
oh yeah, see,
but it's still good. I wish it got more love for pickup ball, man. I really do.
I feel like it is now, and it's just unfortunate that it happened after our time. But I also realized that basketball has gotten so much bigger out here in the 541.
Yes.
So now that's getting bigger, kids are getting more publicity. You got more AAU teams popping up. You got more programs coming out, just giving kids opportunities to play. And so they're getting a lot more gym time. They're utilizing it the right way. So it's getting bigger. It's getting better. But like I said, we just kind of missed that cutoff.
I still remember 24-hour fitness gym. You remember that one?
The Gateway.
Oh, we used to have that packed out. Don't lose in there. You waiting.
Yeah, man. That's why everyone's like, we're going to shoot for teams. Oh, hell no. I'm going to come up with my own squad because we're not losing.
For real.
That's how it went. It's like, if you lost, like you said, you're going to be sitting against the wall, and you got to make sure people don't run into you while you're sitting against the wall.
We was up in there,
man. I remember leaving on the pads. I'll be laying there. I'm gonna just lay here like this, so I don't get hit with the basketball, or somebody don't run into me.
Did they used to have a whiteboard in there too?
They did.
Did they?
Yeah, they had that whiteboard where you sign. Okay, this is who's on, and then this is your team. Yep, they did. They tried that system. I think that's probably where it went south.
You think so?
I think so, because I remember seeing people, start erasing the board and putting different things up. I was like, I'd catch it too. I'm like, you know what? My team's still here, so we good. Yeah. So I didn't have to worry. But
wipe it, put in their name.
I would just see it. I'd be like, oh, that's comedy. So it's like,
don't lose there. Oh my gosh. I wonder how West Coast Gym is doing.
I've been to that place quite a few times. It's a nice gym. It's it used to be, Court Sports?
Yeah.
And so they actually reconstructed that whole gym, and it actually got bigger in terms of space.
Right.
So now they actually got like side courts, like 2 of them.
Oh, so you can run 2 games.
You can run 2 games, or you can run one full.
Okay.
So they got that now. And the runs aren't bad, but again, it's a lot more kids in there. So I tried not to be in there, really, if I'm being honest, just because I'm not getting nothing out of it. And even to this day, I'm not getting scouted to go nowhere. I know I'm not going to get no agents calling my line or hit my emails. So I still want to, get something out of it because it feels meaningful. It's the game I love the most. It's taught me a lot about life as well outside of, the basketball court.
Man.
So I like to make sure I'm doing something that's going to be useful and it's going to teach me things. I look to learn something on a daily basis, whether it's, okay, if I if I learn to do this move, maybe it'll work this way. Or if I adjusted these mechanics while shooting, it'll work better. Or I'm always looking for something to constantly be like, okay, how can I be better? Even just 1% better a day.
And for us, I mean, just hooping is key. We love hooping, and it's good to be involved like that, man.
To be honest, it's kept me out of so much trouble. Like I said, back then, just kind of running with the wrong crowds, not making the smartest decisions. Basketball really was a savior for me. Even from when I was a kid, being an angry kid who went through so much with a lot of bullying and racism, basketball was just the outlet that truly saved me.
See there. Exactly. You think, does your son like playing?
Oh, he loves it.
He does.
And I get such a rush out of watching him play because it's like, it's really a miniature me out there.
Right.
But the only difference is I always tell him, I don't want you to try to imitate what I do. I want you to be your own player. Now, we can coach these things. We can train for these types of things, but you got to be your own complete player. And seeing him at 10 years old, he loves the game. He loves to learn. And when he puts his head to it, he's kind of a menace. And I love it.
There we go.
And so the one thing that separates him at 10 years old is he plays with contact. So that separates him. So he's a little bit of a paint bully, actually. And I don't do that because it's like he learned to pick up on that. I was like, okay, he found his spot. So me, I never played in the paint. Like I said, being the 6 feet under club, it just made no sense for me to be there. But he's picking up on it and he loves it. He gets a good kick out of it. And I love watching him play his game. I love seeing him learn. But what I really am more impressed with by him is his selflessness and his passing ability.
See, that's
like all the kids want to score and get the highlights. He's looking to create and be the complete all-around player already.
See,
and so that's where he separates himself from other kids and teammates. So, like I said, I get such a rush out of watching it, and I get so amped up during his games. My girl got to tell me sometimes, "Baby, calm down." I'm like, "Oh, my bad," you know. But
you think you're going to be that parent arguing with the opposing team parents? Hey, man, what's up with that foul?
You know what? I'm sorry, but I already got to that point, man. I'm already there. I've even gotten to it with a couple refs, and I'm like, okay, hey, like, just it's elementary school basketball. Like, y'all need to chill out. Like, now, if you get me worked up, then you know what? I got time. I'll entertain it for the fun of it, but within good measure, I don't go overboard. So
then they got to be like, you need to chill out.
Man.
See, that's all right. That's your seed out there playing. I get it.
Yeah, but it's hard not to be that way because, I mean, like, you come from a family of hoopers. You know that. So, I mean, you take any of your cousins and other relatives who are hooping even now. I mean, do you ever see us being quiet for our loved ones? No. We're never going to be quiet. We're their biggest fans. And that's how they get that extra drive, that little extra push to get them where they need to be. And I do it out of love. That's all it is.
That's all it is. Love of the game.
Exactly.
As soon as the final whistle go, we're done. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
See, if you had to make a starting five for your City League team, who would be your starting five, not including you, and why?
Not including me. Okay. I would probably take as my point guard, I'm going to take the boy Dominique Watson. Dom was super bouncy, athletic. There was just no stopping him. Ooh. That was one guy I really loved watching. I mean, when you're 6'1", you're catching windmill oops, and you're throwing East Bays and just punching everything. It's like you want something like that. And defensively, the guy was a mastermind.
Was he?
But he knew how to read, and he was physical. But the thing was, he didn't do a lot of talking unless you provoked it.
Okay.
So, my shooting guard, I would take Ty. I'm taking Ty T-Ren. That boy, man, absolute sniper.
Yeah. Go ahead, T-Ren.
Yeah, I would definitely take Ty. I mean, it didn't matter what you did. Like, you could put a hand up on him, but he was so elusive.
Right.
And it's like he knew how to maneuver with the ball and without, and he can just find a shot. So that was something I liked a lot. I would take Jermaine Robinson.
Ooh.
You can't. There's no way you can't pick Jermaine Robinson.
That boy.
And I remember, man, some of my favorite moments playing in City League was guarding him. Now, I never got the dub over Jermaine, and I still hold that against him. And we laugh about it, but it's all in good taste.
Oh, you haven't beat him in a game?
No, I wish I could say I have. My team's never beat Jermaine's. Somebody who's, the dude played at Cleveland State, was a 4-time starting point guard, went overseas, but some things just don't leave you. The man's got a quick trigger. He's got a slow hezzy that is like, is he going to shoot it or is he going to go past you? So you got to take your pick. Are you biting on it or do you close out and get burnt?
Yeah.
I've learned that a couple times with Jermaine. I ain't going to lie to you. A couple other guys, I'd say Nam and Tenzin. The Asian Brotherhood right there, man. They are cold.
Hang on, what you call them?
The Asian Brotherhood.
Yes.
Man, I call them the League of Assassins, because, man, you got to take your pick. Do you want to get beat by a strong guy like Nam, or do you want to get beat by a fast guy like Tenzin? Those guys is just like, what are you supposed to do about that sometimes?
Bro, and I swear they ain't slowed down. No. Like, as the years go by,
I just actually played with Nam just yesterday morning, and we laugh about it because I've known him for almost 20 years now. Same time I've known you, almost 20. And he's still moving like I remember. Yeah. And I swear, man, I think both of them is vampires. They don't age.
Man, see? For real.
They don't age,
and
man.
Isn't Nam a mailman?
Yeah. Yeah, he is. And it's like, but the cool thing about it is that they're so nice. They're just good, kind-hearted people.
Good dudes.
And they live and breathe basketball. But they play hard. They don't do a lot of the chirping and barking at people, and they just play.
You're right. Tenzin be moving.
I've guarded some fast players, but he's definitely up there.
He's fast and quick.
Yeah,
he's
that
both.
First step, and then that quick trigger from the midi on that little fadeaway he got.
Oh my gosh. Going. And then Nam, yeah, you're right. He'll body you, get physical, make a move on you, step through.
Or that spin. He's got a deadly little spin move on him. Like, he'll go one way and spin the opposite. And so, man, it's like, if you are not quick on your feet, you are getting burnt.
Golly.
So, but I would say that's probably my 5 right
That's
there.
the 5. I like that. Yeah. You got 3 of mine. You got 3. So for mine, I won't say family. I got Jermaine. Jermaine, shout out, man. You go who, man?
You can't go wrong with him. I'm telling you, that's the guy right there.
Me and Jermaine would have battles. My team and his team. Oh my gosh, because he was on Nikasi.
Yep, for quite some time too.
Man, battles just going. And I didn't know Jermaine. We knew him from hooping. So it'd be me, my cousin Kevin, sometimes Tyler, Andy L, a few others. And I could just tell he's a hooper. I said, I don't know this dude, but he's from somewhere. And like you said, the game, when he had the ball, it just slowed down.
The momentum may have slowed down, but it's like, he's hitting you quick, but it's like you don't expect it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it just, like, he does his move and I see it happening and I would be like, damn it. Like, this dude's good. Honestly, he reminded me of my pops when my pops played City League, man. Because my pops, same thing. He get the ball and it's like everyone slowed down around him. And I was just like,
I said, controlling the pace.
That part. So I go Jermaine.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, J. Rob's got to definitely got to have him in that lineup.
I'm with you. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I go Tenzin and Nam. I'm not gonna do my family. That'd be too easy. Tenzin, Nam. Jordan Inge.
You know what?
I would go Jordan Inge.
See, I would put him in there too. I forgot about the bald head assassin. I got respect for his game. The man knows how to put the ball in the basket.
He does.
And it's crazy too because he reminds me of like a light-skinned Jamal Crawford.
Dude, I was gonna say that.
I've told that myself, and he laughs at it too. And I like when Jordan and I, play against each other because it goes back for either I get a win or he gets a win, and it's all love and respect. But I love when I get the defensive edge on him, and we'll banter back and forth, and we'll start cussing up a storm with one another. But we end up laughing about it. Good. So, but he's definitely up there for sure.
I like Inge. I was always an Inge fan because he was a senior when I was going into high school. So when I went in, he left. But I was always a big Jordan Inge fan. I was like, there's Inge killing it. The only thing I would say with Inge, just because he's so good. And I watch all his videos on Facebook he posts. And maybe these are just the highlights he puts, or maybe he's just bored, so he does this. I'll look at the video and be like, stop playing with your food, man. So when he has the ball and dribble.
That sound like Jay.
I'm like, stop playing with your food.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's having fun with it. He knows he's pushing 40, and I think he really just wants to have fun with it. That's why he posts those videos.
Yeah. The fan in me is like, because I know he could go 1, 2, go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah, he can still get up too. I see. The man's still dunking the ball. He's still pulling up jumpers from wherever. He's hitting tough shots, contested or not. I mean, again, he is a gifted hooper. I ain't gonna lie.
He is. And didn't he have like a crazy knee injury recently, and he's still going?
Man, he played a whole city league with a torn ACL.
Okay,
and then didn't tell everybody until after. I was like, man, you are crazy.
See, that's what I mean.
That would have kept me out. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like,
right.
But he's just built different. I mean, especially for his frame. Like, it's like you see somebody, 6'3", 180 pounds, and he's kind of, on the leaner side. But hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm taking some bumps from him. He bumped like he's like 240.
Does he?
He's strong.
I believe
he is a strong hooper.
He got that body control. I'd be watching. I'm like, shoot.
I think that's his biggest feat, is that he's got the control, like whether it's in midair or through traffic, and he's real poised about it. That's the one thing I think people really enjoy about watching Inge in his game.
He's definitely, it's so funny. I was literally going to say he's Jamal Crawford of like our town, our city.
Oh, yeah.
That's
absolutely. I would definitely, I think that's a safe claim to make. I think that it doesn't get any better than that.
Inge be going, gosh. And yeah, you're right. He's pushing 40 and he's still moving like crazy. That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, shout out to ballhead assassin. That's what they call him. So
Inge, start this summer, man. Set your phone up and just go live. I want to watch Inge. I want to watch a live and just see, because I see your highlights, man.
Yeah, I want to live. Put in a good word to make that happen.
Yeah, set up a live, because I see the highlights and the fan in me is like, just attack, man, attack. So I go Inge, and then my fifth. Oh my gosh, See, I got one more person in mind I forgot to name, so I'm going to give him an honorable mention. But I'm going to do it after you name your fifth. Okay. I want to say he moved. Okay, I got two, because since you're doing an honorable mention, I'm going to do two. He was a white guy, I want to say, named Brandon. Oh my gosh, he would wear the leggings everywhere. This boy could hoop. He would wear leggings and a cutoff all the time. Brandon, oh my gosh, he moved to Portland. I forget. I'll show you at the end here. I can look him up. He used to play with a dude named Nate all the time. Brandon and Nate, two white guys.
I'd have to probably see a face.
Okay. Yeah. I'll show you. He's nice. He can hoop. And then the other guy would be, oh my gosh. Was it Quinn? Oh, why am I spacing his name right now? I'm going to have to show him too. Quinn. I got his face right here. We're friends on Instagram, but he could hoop too.
Okay.
Go ahead and do your honorable. I'm going to look up real quick.
Chris Liddy.
Oh, Shelby's husband. Shout out Chris and Shelby, man.
Chris, that is probably the fastest player I've ever had to guard. I'm not going to lie to you.
That boy can.
I've guarded some fast and some quick players, but no other like Chris Liddy.
Man, okay.
That boy just got some jets on his feet.
Oh my God.
And it's like, man, the minute he gets on that downhill, I'm just telling you right now, you're not catching him. I don't care who you are. You're just not going to catch him.
Yeah. I played against Chris maybe one time. And yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. That boy was running. I said, Chris, can you hold still, man? Like, shout out to him and Shelby. Shelby's awesome. She's a good person.
No, good people for sure. Good family. They're very family oriented. He's got the 2 kids. So, no, shout outs to Chris for sure.
Here we go. Quentin. That's his name. Quentin Guidry.
Oh, Q. Guidry.
Q. Yeah, Q. There we go.
Playing Northwest Christian. Yeah,
there
I remember
we go.
Q.
Q can hoop.
Yeah, Q was, man.
That was filthy.
Yeah, Q. I looked at Q and Dom as like older brothers to me coming up, because there were 2 people I watched so much so I would take bits and pieces of their game. I'm like, man, I got to add that to my arsenal. Why not?
Yeah.
So, Nah, definitely shout out Q, man. I hope he's doing good. I ain't heard from him in a minute, but I hope he's doing good.
Absolutely. Yeah, Q, he was one of those, he come in the gym, here we go. You better lace them up because here we go.
Yeah, big, strong guard. Oh,
man, just going. It's going. Oh, man, Q. Yeah, that was some good games. I'm trying to think who else. Yeah, Brandon. See, that's going to bug me. I'm going to have to look. I'm going to send it to you at like 12 at night. Hey, man, this is the guy right here.
Right.
I want to say it's Brandon, though.
Okay.
What's one of your most memorable times? Did you play high school ball?
I did, but then I actually walked off my junior, senior year. I didn't even go to tryouts. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Really? How'd that make you feel doing that?
So I went to Sheldon during a time that was rough because, like I said, I dealt with so much racism during my time at Sheldon, unfortunately. Wow. So it was rough, with the coach we had. I had a coach actually fracture my nose in the open gym. Like, it was wild.
Wow.
So I didn't even show up to the tryouts. And I remember, the talk of the town was, oh, Massey's not trying out. Massey thinks he's too good. And something about somebody started a rumor saying I was going to transfer to South or Springfield. I was like, I don't know how that came up.
They might have got you mixed up with me because I left.
Man, I don't know. But that was the rumor that went around town. And then I remember they were like, oh, yeah, we don't like players that play AAU because that's what I ended up doing. And I remember I played AAU and I went nuts. And that was how I got my looks from a couple schools up in Washington. I had no Oregon schools looking at me whatsoever. I had one take a chance on me, but then they decided to go a different direction. I was like, it is what it is. I don't got enough film. I don't got enough stats on max preps. I've got nothing, on my resume for them to be like, okay, he's certified. But, I went to a lot of open gyms and I ended up going upstate to Washington and I got my chance up there playing, for a JUCO. And sure enough, that was what did it for me.
Oh, wow.
But I got hurt and I thought that was the end of the world.
Damn.
Because then they're like, yeah, now we can't finish your scholarship out the right way because you're hurt. We got somebody who can use it. That's healthy. Mm-hmm. They can play.
Damn.
I thought the world was over. I felt the world crashing before me. I broke down. I was in tears, man. I remember I went back to the house I was staying at on the coast there where I was in college. I went to my room. I shattered my mirror. I ripped my posters down. I was angry. I was angry at the world. And like I said, I found out that my prior AAU coach was a service member as well. So that's kind of where it was like, okay, let's try the military.
That's where the transition kind of came through.
That's exactly where it started.
Wow.
So
how long did you serve for, C?
4.5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How was it? Because I saw the Facebook post, Dante Prevost, he enlisted.
Man, I'm proud of my bro, man. Dante and I go back to high school, and we've had a lot of moments. We've had our moments even just chirping at one another on the court even.
Oh, okay.
But over time, as we got older, we grew up, we matured a lot, and he's practically family at this point.
Nice.
I was real surprised when he told me that's what he wanted to do. And my eyes lit up. I was like, at this time and age?
So man. I was going to ask that. There's not like a cutoff? Because Dante's what, 29, 30?
No, he my age. He's 33.
Oh, so there's not a cutoff to that?
To be honest, there is a cutoff. I don't know what that standard is now because things in the military change on a daily basis.
Gotcha.
But with Dante, the thing is, Dante's been, it's his body frame. The dude's been built like DK Metcalf since the 8th grade.
So, for real.
For real. I thought I was quick when I ran. Like my 40, I ran a sub 4.5. He ran a sub 4.3. And I'm like, you bigger than me.
And he like 6'5", 6'6".
Like he's 6'5", 240. I'm like, bro, how you moving like this? Like you moving faster than me. So, but man, he trains like a Dragon Ball Z character in the weight room. If you see this man's training regimen, it's insane.
Wow.
And the discipline is just like admirable.
Absolutely.
And so he definitely put himself in a good position. And he and I've had talks, he felt like that he could be doing better in life and do better for his family and wants to provide. And as a father and a spouse, I respect that, So obviously I'm on board. Like, yeah, I'm right in your corner. Like, yeah, the timing of it threw me off, but it was like, you know what? You're doing the right thing for your family. I can't knock you for that.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I was definitely grateful that I was able to see him before he shipped out. I took a day off from work to go up to Portland and see him, get sworn in, take his oath and everything.
That's awesome,
No, that was a real bittersweet moment. I mean, because it also reminded me of like when I went up from the same place. I had my family up there. None of my friends were able to make it. So I was like, man, I remember what that felt like. So with Dante, it was like, yep, no, I'm not missing this for my boy. I got to be there.
Absolutely.
So right now he in basic training. So by the time he gets out, I hope he sees this. Dante, proud of you. Thank you. But no, I wish him all the best, and I know he'll do some great things.
Absolutely. I like, my hat's off to anyone that go in the service. Like you're serving your country and putting your life on the line. That's huge. It gets to me, see, because some people just so quick to forget that we have people doing that. So anyone that does TikTok or anyone that's acting a fool, just remember there's people out there putting their life on the line so you can have these freedoms. So can just
they don't call it the 1% club for nothing. It's really 1% of the population that does it. So that's such a small amount of people. I mean, it's so small that even when I was in the service, I ran into people that I went to Shelton with in Korea. What are the chances of that?
War.
So it was like, that really just made you realize how small the world is.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, he's doing the right thing. I'm proud of him.
Me too. It's amazing. Really is.
Especially in a time like this, like there's a lot of things going on in the world right now that are tough to talk about, and people got their views. You got the left, you got the right, you got your middle ground. There's just so much to it. And to step forward during times like this in the world and be like, you know what? I'm willing to put my life on the line for it and for my own.
Mm-hmm.
I tip my hat to you.
I tip my hat. That's why I commented on your post. I said, is there like a draft? Is that why he did that? Because I was asking. I said, hold up.
See that? I was like, a draft. I was like, ooh. And he decided to do that himself.
Okay, that's why I asked. Because I said, I ain't been gaming.
And that's where even more respect comes from, because when somebody can really take the time to be like, no, I'm going to do this. I know it's a good thing. I know I'm doing right by this world and by the man upstairs. Like, yeah, he's got me. My family's got me they're in my corner for the rest of my life. I can do this.
I can do this.
And I guarantee that's exactly how he looked at it. Because I can't think of any other reason that he would do it aside from what he wanted to do better.
Yep.
So,
because see, let me tell you, if there was a draft and they had me had me getting ready to go, and I look at my man's next to me, if my man's was like, hey man, you know if this is ranked or not? I'd be like, bruh, ranked?
Man.
Do you know where we're going?
Oh man. Like, just, it's crazy. The different conversations you have with people in the military, man. That's some of the best relationships and memories I have in my life so far are from the military.
That's what's up.
I met some good people. I've had some of the best laughs.
Yeah.
Some of the most painful moments. But when it all comes full circle, again, it's the bigger picture that you look at. And when you take every bit of that picture and look at the positives, you see how much it outweighs the negatives.
Gotcha.
And you can't help but to look back and smile like, yeah, I did that.
I did that.
So for me, it's always like, yeah, I take a lot of pride in it. My girl makes the joke all the time, like, don't forget to ask about your military discount. I'm like, baby, I'll forget to ask that question. And so she's just like, well, I mean, you didn't serve for no reason. And, she teases me about it, and it's playful banter. But it's just funny because it's like, it really can show, and something I can take a lot of pride in saying is that I don't look to be like, I have to use my military discount everywhere on everything.
Right.
And if it's there, then cool. If not, it's no biggie.
It's no biggie.
I'm not worried about that. And I still got some people that are still in that I, came up with that are still doing the thing. And I love seeing the photos. I love seeing the transition from then to now. I love seeing the progress. And it's beautiful to watch, because it's like, man, you look back, it's like, I met you how many years ago and you're still in? Like, good for you.
Good for you. And I love seeing, and this from the outside looking in, but I love seeing so many different cultures and backgrounds coming together for one cause. And it's, hey, I'm just outside looking in, but hey, this the cause, this the mission. So we all put certain prides aside and we work together and become a family. I always love seeing that.
And that's the thing. And that's a family you made that lasts a lifetime.
Really?
Yeah, because I still got guys that I was in basic with or, training for my job, I still keep in contact with, whether it's video games, social media, or just like I got a couple of them that make music who I support, some that got into fashion, some that are sneaker sellers that are real big time about it,
That's
really
awesome.
well known. Man, there's just, like I said, you meet so many kinds of people. And even if you don't talk on a daily basis, you still be like, I remember when he and I went through this. Oh man, remember that one time? Like you look back and reminisce on everything.
See, that's cool.
And I think that's probably my favorite part of it all. Looking back and just being able to be like, yeah, it was a good time.
Yes. Well, you said earlier you said something like the bad things always stick out the most, or something like that. And hey, being in the military, you go through some tough stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So it's cool that you guys can tie to the tough stuff, the good times and the conversations and the little things. And hey, we're here now. So I like that. Exactly. I applaud that about y'all. Yeah. I really do. It's key. See, if somebody showed up to your house unannounced, who's allowed to do that at Chris's house? Unannounced.
It's funny because I want to be the comedy, like the funny side of me is like, I want to be like, nah, get the hell out of my house. What are you doing here? But no, if someone
who can pull up on you?
I actually got a lot of people that can pull up, and it's based on who I trust. Like and that even goes for you. Like if you were to show up and be like, hey, CJ, what's going on? I'm like, oh, Des, yeah, come on in, man. You get yourself something to drink. Fridge is right there. Go help yourself. I got quite a few people that I really trust like that. Like I got an inner circle of my own that, was practically family. And I've been rocking with them since I can remember. So they know they got the green light. My little brother, Devon, he know he can show up anytime. My big bro, Malik, he can show up anytime. They know better. Just don't ask me where everything is. Go look.
Go find it yourself.
Where the glasses at? You better open them cabinets and find it for yourself because I ain't finna get it for you. So, like I said, I got quite a number of people that can do that, but it's all because it's people I love and trust, and I know that I can count on.
Absolutely.
And these are people I would absolutely go to war for, and I don't mean that in a military sense. I mean like, you a bad time? Hey, what you need? Oh, you and your wifey going through something? Okay, you need some space? Come on over. You ain't had a meal in like 2 days, man. Come over here and come get a couple plates. I like to be that friend. I like to be that brother to people I'm close with. But I think that also comes from like just not my character, but just the way I was raised, from a cultural standpoint. My mom's side is Filipino, Polynesian. So Maori, Filipino, that's just kind of what we're into. We're very inclusive and welcoming. So we like to take care of our own.
That's good.
So
that's really good. That's your strength, man. You're solid.
I would absolutely agree to that.
Yeah, that's your strength. You're just solid. You're reliable. And that's key.
I try to be, Des. I really do. I mean, I have, like I said, we're only humans. So I get my moments where I fall apart. I have my moments where I break down or where I tend to fall behind and kind of become a little lax on some things. Mm-hmm. But then it's like I look back and who I've got in my corner at my side to really be like, it's all good. I got you. Mm-hmm. Pick your head back up. My girl's my biggest savior in that, man, because she has seen me go through the ringer of some things, so having someone like that makes all the difference.
Absolutely.
Yep.
With your lady, how long y'all been together?
Coming up on 4 years.
Nice. How'd you know she was going to be that one you was going to rock with and have kids with?
There's so many answers to that. With her, she's the first woman I've come across that actually, had a good head on her shoulders. That was the biggest thing for me. And I remember our first date, it was like, okay, we didn't even do nothing crazy. It's like we went out to a bar to go play pool.
Okay.
And we had 2 drinks each, and that was it.
There you go.
And the entire night we played I think 7 or 8 games of pool at the same table. And my favorite thing on that date was the fact that being competitive, I was able to kind of talk my trash a little bit with her. And here she is talking shit back to me. I'm like, well, hold on a second. I was supposed to be doing this, but she doing bad. And so obviously I was kind of taken back by it. So I'm like, okay, let's see how this plays out. And she entertained it the whole night.
Damn.
And so from there, there were times where it's like after work, I'd be like, she's still on my mind. Like, okay, let me see what she's doing.
That stood out to you.
Yeah.
You didn't get that before.
But it also was like just seeing that she got a college degree, she's working a good job, she got her own everything, real Miss Independent, real headstrong. And this, I'm telling you, this woman can do anything she wants. She puts her head to it, she does anything and everything.
That's amazing.
And it was like finding, like, you know, the left to my right, the peanut butter to my jelly type of thing. I found my, you know, what they say about the rib, you know,
the
piece
the
that
Kevin
completes
Hart, the
you.
rib.
So that was what I found in her.
Did you ever find yourself feeling like, what did I do to deserve her?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like I question that every day because I wasn't always the most faithful man. I'm not even gonna lie to you about that. I've had my trials and my tribulations with her, even in this relationship, and I'm not proud of it. But it's like every day I always think like, man, I really don't deserve her. But I'm trying, you know, work on things with mental health and being better about self-control and communication, as we talk about being key.
Right.
So, but no, she gives me that push that's needed. Not that I want, but the one I need. And that's the difference of what she brings to the table. Because again, like I said, she was that missing piece I needed. And so now I've been getting better, you know, about certain things, you know, within our relationship, just being better as a man in general. And it's also allowed me to be a better father. That's how I really knew that she was the one. And I hope, you know, if ever there's a time I hop on this podcast again, you know, I hope one opportunity I would love to see is to bring her on and just let her speak on it, because she just, man, like I feel like a kid in a candy store talking about it right now.
I see you smiling right now. I see you smiling.
So,
I love that.
Yeah, no, she's a good woman. And also a God-fearing woman.
Okay.
That's the first time I've had someone like that in my corner too. You know, even on the times where I'm hard on myself, she's like, hey, take a deep breath, pray about it, and tell God why you're grateful, even in the hard times.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, you know, in the hard times, pray. The good times, still pray.
Still pray.
You know, and she's very big on that. And like I said, I've never had anybody be so motivational, you know, in that way. And so to have that extra push, you know, to give me that, just that little spark that's needed, has really set the tone for me to be better.
And what I'm hearing is she's not controlling anything of you, but she's just assisting. She's enhancing.
She's the furthest thing from controlling or possessive or anything like that. And that's what I appreciate that, because it's like, we always talk about, like, and she'll make jokes. She's like, and this is what you had before. And, you know, we laugh about it. You know?
Oh, no.
And so it's like,
that's cool though. That's cool. Y'all can chop it up like
that.
that.
And I made the joke because my girl is Latina. So she's got that spice to her.
Oh, them Latinas.
Yeah, so she got that spice to her. And I always made that joke. And I'm like, nah, it's because you're Latina. And she'll give me this look. And, you know, we laugh about it. And it's all in good taste. But again, just overall, it's the things that she does. It's the quality of life that she brings and adds to mine.
See, that's it right there. That's
really
that's an ingredient, man.
Yeah, quality of life.
I be trying to tell people.
And aside from that, and everything that she's been through, I mean, she's also a fantastic mother. So my daughter's got a good mother, my stepmother to my son. There's so many things I can name that I'm just beyond grateful for with her.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See, that's what's cool. I love hearing that. When I saw y'all out that one night, a couple months ago, month and a half ago, I remember walking to my car and you was like, all right, Des. You said bye. You're like, get home safe. You two just look so just comfortable together. Not forced, not trying, and that's rolling. The thing. Like, you all was flowing.
Yeah, it's that what they call it, that flow state.
Okay,
that's how I feel with her. And it's nice because with her, I don't have to feel so restricted in certain ways.
Right.
I can feel like I can really just let loose and I can let CJ be CJ. That's that really part. It. And as a matter of fact, I can she doesn't call me by that. She calls me by Christian because that's my first name. CJ was just a name and a nickname that everybody knew as I was coming up. So with her, I can just go from CJ to Christian and just be at peace.
Just be at peace with.
And not just physically, but here, peace of mind. And that's the biggest thing of all with her, is that because I never had true peace of mind. And like, one person that always got on my case about having peace of mind with past partners is, Auntie Jan. Shout out Auntie Jan. You know how she be. It comes from a place of love. You know how she is. But
look, you got my mom smiling.
Yeah, she get on my case about things, and I love what she does, because it reminds me, somebody's at my side looking out for me.
Absolutely.
And now
she won't ever lie to you either. No. That's the beauty of my Aunt Janice. Yeah, she won't ever lie to you.
Even when I see her at the gym, she'd be on the treadmill next to me or working out, and she would talk to me. She's like, CJ, what you need to do is, and I'm just like, you right about that. So, but no, now that I got my girl Ruby, she really is a gem. It's in her name, and she proves it day in, day out.
Man.
So,
and that's key. I think that's what I tell men is find that person that invests in you from a partner standpoint. And just everything you just said right there, she's investing in you. She's not holding back, waiting for you. She already knows you the leader. She knows you a man and that you're going to do man things and do your thing.
Yeah.
But she's an asset to you. She's helping.
Yeah. And she's the most.
And I don't even know her. I just can tell.
And she's the most reliable asset in my life. That's the greatest thing about it.
Reliable? Come on.
Like, there's not a time where I can't say I can't count on her. I can't think of one time where I feel like she's failed me. I can't think of one time.
Right.
And that's where I take so much pride in how much I love her to death. And because it's like, she keeps me out of trouble. She even humbles me in my moments when I need it. Like, there'll be times, honey, you getting carried away. Oh, damn, my bad, baby.
My bad.
Let me take a step back real quick and kind of recollect. And so she gives me the ability to do that even when I feel like I can't. Like, there was a day where I told her, I was like, I've always struggled with being able to speak on things. And this is where the mental health aspect comes in.
When you say speak on things, like speak up or
talk about it just in general. So like with me, I've never been a very emotionally available person because I've always had this guard of a wall up.
Okay.
And I've always been so heavily guarded, naturally.
Yeah.
Growing up, I was used to tough love. And then as I learned to grow up, I had to learn things on my own. So I learned even tougher love, if that makes any sense.
It do.
So even with her, I struggled for the last almost 4 years on how to let my walls down with her. And I told her, I was like, I'm not going to lie to you. I need you right now. I just need to put my head on you and just let it sit. And I broke down apart, Des. I fell apart.
Damn.
I felt like not only did the world come crashing on me, but at the same time, I felt like a great weight was lifted off my shoulders. So it was nice knowing that I have somebody that I can, just, like I said, rely on.
Rely. It's key.
And she didn't question nothing. She didn't pass no type of judgment. She just held me there and just let me be. And we hear the whole thing about men don't show emotions, that men don't cry or men don't talk about feelings or whatever it may be. And I think that's a lot of nonsense. You're human. You're going to have emotions. You'll have your moments where you fall apart to the ground and break down and everything. And for the first time, like, I really let the waterworks go. And I found myself like, is this really happening? And sure enough, a day or two later, I was like, man, I just felt rejuvenated.
And you don't usually do that with a partner.
No, I've never done that with a partner until now. So like I said, I felt like it was a different energy. Like I felt like a new battery was put in my back, and now I've got this new aura and this new demeanor. And just to see how she appreciates it too really makes it that much more worth it.
There you go.
So
that's key right there. And you're right. In a world right now,
because we're conditioned to be that way.
We are.
And, and I get it. Like, I understand, like, we need to know how to be tough. We need to know how to handle things. And that's fine. But then we always get told, like, oh, don't cry, or, I'm going to give you a reason to cry, or whatever it may be. You see it on TV all the time. You read about it in the media. And what I like now about this generation is that we're so good about wanting to break those chains of, things that were now deemed as toxic or poisonous to us, and just really seeing people thrive more than you would have expected. And so, like I said, having her be such an asset to my life where I can, feel all that, that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, and you endured so long.
Oh,
to be rewarded with someone like that is amazing.
Like I said, I don't deserve that woman, but man, oh man, is she good to me.
Hey, keep that, man, because there's a lot of fellow men out there that wish they had that.
Man,
they
wish. I can't begin to say how grateful I really am.
That's dope.
And on top of that, I mean, her family is just mad cool. Like they welcome me in, day one and treat me like their own. And I can call on her family like it's nothing.
Hey, Hispanic families, and they have the best parties. It could be the dog's birthday. It could be the 2-year-old's birthday. It could be auntie and uncle's 3-year anniversary. Because my ex is Hispanic. And every weekend I'd be like, damn, we celebrating what?
Yeah, what are we celebrating this week?
I
like it. I mean, I even told her mom. I was like, Mom, if you come to the crib, tell you what, here's a key. Don't even ask. Just walk on in. You already know the deal.
Yep.
And so that's how we are, and that's the dynamic that we share. But she's also taught me so much about how to just, like I said, from the mental health aspect, just how to be about it. I always thought like therapy was kind of like a joke at one point in time because my therapy was through the VA for service members who served.
Got you.
And I always got somebody. And then after like 4 months, it's like, oh yeah, this person's no longer with us. I'm like, damn, I got to start from ground zero.
I got to get someone new. I was just liking that person.
Yeah. And so to me, it put a sour taste in my mouth. And then she and I got into doing more therapy, even like couples therapy. And even when things are going real good, we were doing it. And I ain't gonna lie, I was having fun with it.
Oh, with the couples therapy?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I ain't gonna lie, that stuff's fun. Like you get a lot of laughs in there too, and then you get to really hear more because sometimes you feel like you gotta be closeted about the things you want to speak on because you don't know what reaction they're gonna give you. Yeah. Are they gonna take a certain way, or are they gonna like really just go off the wire, like be like, oh well, and become argumentative?
Damn.
So when you have a third party, kind of there as a that a common presence, it helps. And so because of her, I've become such a advocate for it. So I think that's something that a lot of people should look into.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Well, see, we about to start closing out, man. So this is the part where I always let the guests go ahead and shout anybody out, say some last words, and call it good, my brother.
Yeah, like shout out any hooper I named, my girl, thank you. But overall, I'm just glad you and I have started to cross paths again, and to be here is an honor. So thank you.
Absolutely.
So as you know, all love. But hey, if y'all ain't tried it yet, get you some of these juices, man. I'm telling you, you ain't gonna go wrong with them. They too good too.
Power in a bottle, baby. Hey, Power in a bottle.
Yeah, this is it right here.
Hey.
It don't matter what flavor you go with. I'm telling you, go and get you some.
You a real one, my brother. Now all eyes on me right there.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you, man. Thanks for just being a solid dude. Real talk.
No, thank you.
It's an honor to have you on here and bless us with your time, for real. Thank you.
Like
man.
I said, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
So,
and my shout out today, I'm gonna go ahead and always say God first, my family. But on my random shout out, all the good men out there, good fellas, keep fighting, especially you single ones. You deserve love and attention. To add to that, shout out to the ladies that honor good men, that shoot their shot at good men. I know men usually have to approach you and show love, but hey, shout out to you shooting your shot, ladies. Seeing a good guy, recognizing his traits, his qualities, shoot your shot. Ain't nothing wrong with showing a little bit of love, okay? And then maybe one day you get to the love making stage. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real with you. But anyways, hug your loved ones. Be present in the present. Thank you for tuning in, smashing that subscribe button. We love you. Thank you so much. Until next time, we out of here. Bless up. Peace.